Hello, everyone. Welcome to MCD Live session today. And today I will be hosting the session. And it's wonderful to have you all here again. And in our last session, we talked about the concept of presence. And we particularly discussed three types of presence. The three domains of presence, which included internal presence. Then we talked about relational presence and we talked about task presence. In internal presence, we talked about how being aware and being fully present of what is going on in our minds, in our bodies, actually helps us um, deal with the situation much better, in a more mature way, in a more regulated way. Then we talked about relational presence, which was about dealing with being fully aware and fully present in a situation that involves interaction with other people, right? And we talked about how we don't just have to be listening to what our spouse, our friends, our children especially have to say. We have to actually listen to them by understanding them, looking at them, noticing where they are coming from. Just as we try to understand our internal state, we try to understand the internal states of people who we are interacting with, and that was within the domain of in relational presence. The last one we talked about was task presence, and task presence was being fully present with what you are doing. And today we are going to discuss some practical steps on how we can achieve presence in a practical way. So before that, let's start off with our mindfulness activity and try to bring presence in its practical form. So let's start by sitting comfortably and leaving your body relaxed, leaving your shoulders loose. Keep your shoulders down. If you feel they are stiff, just leave them down. Just let them be. And leave your feet on the floor. Put them on the floor, rest them on the floor. Wherever you are, just try to leave your body free. Just try to leave your body loose. And if it's comfortable for you, please try to close your eyes now. And keep your eyes closed for a moment before we move forward. And as you close your eyes, try to breathe in through your nose and hold it in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out from your mouth. Breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. Breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. And as you take these deep breaths, try to notice. Don't try to deep breathe again. Just continue with your normal pattern of breathing and just focus on how the air is entering your nose and then to your lungs, and how your lungs expand when you are breathing, and how your chest rises and how it falls when you breathe out. And it's just happening voluntarily. You don't have to make efforts for it to happen. It just happens without you doing anything. And you are able to observe it. And maybe you are thinking about something, maybe about work, about what we learned yesterday. You don't have to control or try to control your thoughts. Just observe them. Just notice them. Like they're just like clouds. You must have seen thought clouds. They're just like the actual clouds in the sky and they're just passing. You just look at them, but you don't stop them. You don't chase them. You cannot continue to chase a cloud that's passing above you. You can't stop it. You can't touch it, but you can look at it. But you can observe it. You don't have to push it. You don't have to do anything about it. You just look at it. And the same you're going to do with your thoughts. And just let those thoughts come and let them go as they are doing so without doing anything about it. Now bring your attention back to your breathing. Notice the chair that is supporting your body. Notice your sofa, bed, couch, whatever you are sitting on. Just notice the surface of it that's touching your body. Then your feet that are on the floor, on the ground. And try to notice the sounds around you. And take one final slow breath in through your nose and out from your mouth. Just stay here for a moment. So, once you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. And this was a formal mindfulness practice. And today we are going to learn about the informal mindfulness practices. You were able to observe your thoughts because you were making actual efforts, trying to remain focused without doing anything about things that you are able to notice and observe. You were simply observing. You were not altering the way you think or the thoughts that were coming. You were just simply observing. And today we are going to talk about mindfulness through other ways rather than just meditation. Because when we talk about mindfulness, one of the biggest misconceptions is that only happens through formal meditation. And many people imagine that they have to sit quietly for many minutes or 20 or 30 minutes every single day in order to practice mindfulness. Yes, formal mindfulness like the one that we just did, they are really helpful, like extremely helpful, but it's not the only way to be present and to be mindful. In fact, for many people, who have demanding jobs, who have very busy families, busy mothers, especially who are first time mothers and they are struggling with their mental health, and people who have countless responsibilities, the most practical approach that they can choose for themselves in a situation like that is to choose informal mindfulness. Now, uh, instead of finding extra time in your day to dedicate for mindfulness, you become involved in other activities. You are waking up normally, you are walking, you are eating, you are moving from one place to another, you are doing all of these activities. But in these activities, you can change the way you do these activities. That will actually help you experience those moments, right? We talked about waking up firstly, right? So the first thing you can do when we talk about informal mindfulness is the morning transition. Like just focus on how your day usually begins. This is the first step, morning transition. Um, if you're like most people, the first thing you would do when you wake up in the morning is to reach out for your phone, right? You would check notifications, you would check your messages, your emails, and just immediately start thinking about everything you need to do or something that's on your to-do list. And before you even get off your bed, your mind is already, doing a lot of stuff that it's not supposed to do while you're on the bed. So instead of just jumping for your phone, try to give yourself some few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes at most, to actually feel um, present before you actually move on for the day ahead. While you're brushing your teeth or you're taking a shower, try to feel the temperature of the water. Feel it, observe it. How is the temperature? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it soothing? What kind of temperature is? How does the water feel on your skin? Try to observe these small things. Feel your feet on the ground, on the floor while you stand. Or even better, if you are in an area where there are a lot of trees and birds around you, if you wake up in the morning, try to go out and listen to the birds singing. Try to just keep your eyes closed and try to listen to the birds singing around you. Listen to the sounds around you. The morning sounds, they are so therapeutic, so helpful in gaining back your attention, your presence. you are you are waking up in the morning, but you're just dedicating 2 to 3 minutes trying to come back and remain present for the rest of your day, instead of involving yourself in activities or things that you feel very disassociated from. You might be brushing your teeth, you might be washing your face and taking a shower, but at the same time you're thinking about work. And at that point, what you can do and what can be helpful is for you to notice the temperature of the water. While you're sitting outside with your laptop on, you can take 2 to 3 minutes and listen to the birds singing and chirping. And that's going to help you regain your focus and regain your state of presence. So this is one way that you can do it in the informal way. Then we have walking. Walking is um, you know, we all must have tried to create a routine where we go out for walk. And one thing again that becomes a distraction for us in that moment is our mobile phone. You might be walking, but at the same time, you might be replying to a message. You might be thinking about planning your next meeting or what you had done about so and so document or word file. So walking is something we all do at some point of our life or in our routine, but we don't experience the fun of actually walking and the pleasure of walking. We don't feel it. We don't feel its presence. Now, if you are walking the next time, what you can do is, if you are going to your office or even just to your kitchen, right? If your kitchen is a few seconds far from your living room or wherever you are, um, just try to leave your phone behind. Just don't take your phone along. Just try to focus um, on the environment while you're walking. If you're walking in a park, look around at the trees, look towards the front. Try to practice deep breathing when you are doing that while you are walking. While you are walking towards your office or your college, just try to practice deep breathing by taking a few minutes of break for 2 to 3 minutes at most. Or while you're walking, try to notice your breath. Try to notice the ground. Try to notice the sky. Try to notice the environment around you rather than looking at the phone and thinking about what has to be done and what's not done. So give your walking experience, it's, you can say, a reboot, right? So even that can actually help you deal better with your attention and help you becoming more present. Now, this is something very common. The next thing that we're going to talk about is whenever we want to eat, we turn off the TV, we want to watch a movie, and there's so much going on, especially for a lot of people. When they go to restaurants, they don't feel, like their meal was fulfilling because there was so much noise around them. And there was so much going on that they couldn't actually enjoy the experience of eating something, right? Even having a meal, if it has distractions, it can definitely affect your experience. So choose one meal every day. Like it could just be the dinner. I would prefer having my dinner this way. Put your phone away, turn off the TV, and sit in a place where you can just focus on yourself and the food and just breathe and relax and just focus on what you're eating and the taste of the food. You try to observe and put more focus on the smell of that food, on the texture of that food, and the taste, and just chew slowly rather than just trying to finish it off for the sake of filling your stomach, right? Try to eat slowly, chew slowly, swallow slowly, so it actually helps you stay mindful of what you are eating and remain calm while you're eating it. And this will actually help you enjoy your meal much more than you eating it while the TV is on, while the children are yelling, and while you're having a conversation with someone, or you have the phone on and you're scrolling on the reels, right? So it actually helps your brain have a chance to rest from that constant stimulation throughout the day. So I would prefer if we do this with the dinner. And it actually really, really helps you stay relaxed while you go to the bed and try to sleep. Then we have the fourth one, which is a threshold practice. And, you know, when every day we may be an employee at one point of our life while we are at work. Then when we come back at home, we become spouse, a daughter, a son, or a parent. And at one point we just transition from phases, right? We may be in a meeting at one point, then we leave it for the next meeting, and we may be in a conversation at one point, and then we start having another conversation with another person. But what happens when we are doing that? We carry one situation to the next without realizing it. And while we leave the workplace, we come home and we are thinking about work. When we leave the house, we are thinking about what would be going on in the house, and you would be thinking about your interaction in the house while you were at work, right? Like it's so stressful at times and can be so bad within relationships that you come home and you're still thinking about a stressful meeting you just had or a word that you had with your colleague over a disagreement. So, whenever you are trying to enter a new space, whenever you are trying to enter the workplace, whenever you are trying to enter your house, um, just maybe if you're coming by walking, sit down somewhere on a bench nearby or in a park, or if you're coming in your car, just sit in your car, relax yourself down, and try to practice deep breathing before you move forward with the entering that new place or putting your feet, entering with your feet in a new place. Ask yourself at that moment when you are practicing deep breathing that what do I want to leave behind and what do I want to carry with me to the next moment. So just focus on this question that do I want to take the stress from my workplace to my house? Or can I actually function well if I think too much about the argument that I had in my house? And I think about it in the workplace. Will it help me be productive? Will it help me in being efficient and being attentive to with my work? So try to ask this. Or you can think about the good memories that you made in your house, or you can think about the good things that happened in the workplace. Even if there are no good things to think about when you come out of your workplace, you can think about a moment from 2 days back that was good for you. There must be something, right, to cherish or something to think about and be grateful for. So one is that. And when you are done thinking about it and you have an answer, take a deep breath and then enter that place. It's this is the pause that is actually going to help you have um create a healthy boundary between different parts of your day. So you're not jumbled up with too much. This will help you stop that cycle where one event from the day affects the other and it affects the other. And if it continues, everything is in disaster by the end of your day. So you stop this by taking this pause. You stop this cycle by taking this pause, by thinking about how you can actually, um, you know, how you can actually take the good parts of the previous interaction into the new one, rather than thinking about the stressful one. What do I want to leave behind? And if I want to leave behind, I need to stop carrying it with me, right? So this was the threshold point or the threshold practice. Now we have the fifth one, or we can say the last one, finally, is one conversation with complete attention. And what do we mean by that? Just try to have one conversation every day. Don't have to have a meaningful conversation with everybody around you, just one. It could be with your partner, it could be with your parents, it could be with your colleague. We all have someone in our workplace where we can actually interact with, tell them about their day or the previous day, and they would listen to us and they would be very attentive. This is something that a lot of people actually have been blessed with, a good colleague. So you can interact with your colleague and you can tell them about something and have a good and meaningful conversation with them, where you also pay full attention. You can have it with your child. Children are very smart. They understand emotions. They understand your energy. So you can have it with the child. And you can even have it with a stranger. You can even have it with a stranger. You might be sitting on the bus stand and you might be sitting on a bench, and there might be someone who just sits next to you and tries to have a conversation with you. It's okay if you get into that conversation. Some of us do feel like that's an invasion of personal space, but if you do, at the end of the day, get into a conversation like that, that's absolutely fine. That's completely okay. You can definitely get into a conversation like that, and just try to, during that conversation, while the other person is speaking, try to give your full attention to that person. And while you are speaking, just before you speak, wait for your turn. Listen to that person, listen to what they're talking about. Do not check your phone, just listen to them. Uh, Listen to them and wait for your turn while you are speaking, while they are speaking. So just wait for your turn. And during that conversation, just notice the way they are speaking. How are they talking about it? Their emotions, their eyes, their non-verbal cues. Just focus on that. And just try to imagine that you, if you do all of these things, may have made the other person feel very alive and very present because of you paying attention to them and you valuing their words and you valuing their ability to speak. So this can actually be beneficial for you being able to connect with other people. It will actually help you have a sense of achievement that I gave someone my time, my attention, and it helped them feel heard. And if you had a conversation where you both shared some viewpoints, it will actually make you feel accomplished at the end of the day that I had a very meaningful conversation. If you think about it later, of course, it's going to help you. The good things that you carry forward from the event before, from the conversation or the interaction before, that is definitely beneficial. That is definitely good. You take the good moments and you carry them, but the negative ones, you don't have to do that. So, a lot of times people do not remember the conversation, they just remember that they were hurt. If you made someone feel heard, they are going to remember that, because not a lot of people nowadays feel like listening to other people, right? So that is it. And today we discussed 5 ways we can practice informal mindfulness. And the first one was morning transition, where in the morning, you, instead of looking out for distractions, try to calm yourself down by the healthier alternatives, by focusing on the textures of the water, by listening to the birds singing, Then we talked about walking without any distraction and without any device in your hands, and focusing on our meal, at least one meal a day without any distractions around, and focusing on the texture, the smell, and the taste of that food. Then we talked about the threshold practice, where we don't bring the negative from one task or one situation to the other situation, physical situation, emotional situation, whatever it is. We let things be where they belong, right? And the last one was one conversation with complete attention. Listen completely, wait for your turn, listen attentively, and give your viewpoint and have a very meaningful conversation with absolutely anybody during the day. And that will help you come out with better state of mind. And before we get to the end of today's session, think about your morning, the way today, about today, your commute, your meals, the conversations that you have, and the moments when you move from one place to the other. Just imagine, and you can think about it yourself, keep it to yourself, of course, because I love ending up with a reflection question, because it's a great way to keep on thinking about it and making it a part of your life rather than just letting it be. And it's going to help you repeat the first 3 points. Yes, I hope you are able to listen to me now. I'm so sorry I couldn't see the chat box before. The first one was the morning transition, where you avoid the distractions in the morning. Then the second one was the walking one, walking without device. And the third one was, I think so, threshold practice before, or was it the meal one? I think so. The meal one was the third one. It was the meal one that we talked about on the third.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think the
yeah,
first one was morning
yeah,
transition, walking. That's what I missed. Like it
yeah.
keeps freezing at times, so I just couldn't get it. And then the third one was the meal, and then transition.
Yeah, the
No,
first one is
meal,
the threshold practice.
threshold, and meaningful. Yeah, got it. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
What
Thank you
happened to
so much.
everybody else? I think they're sleeping today, or they must have gone off for a party. It's evening in India, right?
They may just follow up by watching it later, I guess.
I know. Yeah.
Many
Thank
people
you.
find that
Thank you
much
so
more
much.
convenient, I guess. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
so
so much.
thank you so much. Thank you for being so consistent with the sessions and for joining in always on time and for always being so engaging and interactive. And I hope today's session helps everybody out. And if you have anything to share, you can always share it in the comments. And we would love to listen to your feedback about the topic. So, hope you all have a great day ahead. Thank you so much for joining. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye.